It's Weekly World Update.
Hello and welcome to Weekly World Update. I'm Katie Bruno.
And I'm Corey Sorkin. And here's today's top stories. In entertainment news, the new addition to the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1, came out on November 18th. The cast was seen in LA during the premiere, decked out in fancy clothes and jewelry. When Taylor Lautner saw Robert Pattinson giving his not-girlfriend, Kristen Stewart, a bracelet to wear, he yelled so loud and sounded so angry that all the fans started laughing when he realized it was fake. He turned around to find the nearest Best Buy and purchased 6,984 copies of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Hopefully Harry's yelling is a tad more enjoyable than the girl screaming of Taylor Lautner.
The NBA lockout reached its billionth week of zero negotiations between players and owners all across the league. With the entire season on the line, they have finally reached a tentative agreement that will bring back the NBA season for at least another half a year. David Stern, owner of the NBA, reportedly tweeted, "Fuck it. We're all billionaires, let's just play already." Players responded with, "Finally, almost thought we would have to feel the effects of the economy. Looks like we'll all be rich again soon anyway."
Newt Gingrich rose in the polls rapidly within the last few weeks, getting competitors Rick Perry, Mr. Pizza, and Mitt Romney pretty energized. Gingrich said he was not surprised with his rise in popularity. Herman Cain was, though, and said he has no idea a Christmas ham wearing glasses was a factor in the presidential nomination. He then went on to indicate that there are 14 types of ham toppings only available through his godfather's pizza chain. And then Herman Cain dropped out. Student rules and policies have been a major problem for a northern New Jersey college. Out in the field, we now have our veteran reporter, Hugh Weinstein, Berg, who is celebrating his 78th year with the station. Let's now go live to him down at the college with this report. Hugh, what's the story?
Hello, Jack.
Hugh, what seems to be the driving force for the anger among the students?
I don't know. Who do you think I am?
I know you don't, Hugh, but why don't you ask that student next to you?
Why are you angry?
Because the college is placing all these restrictions on commuting, and it's making it really difficult to park. It's getting ridiculous.
Oh, there you have it, Corey. Clearly, robots are the business of the future. Back to you.
No, Hugh, turn around. And what about commuting? Is that a problem?
You commute?
No, I don't commute. Commuting's for losers.
Well, there you have it, folks. It takes 7,987 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Back to you. All right.
No, Hugh, ask proper questions. Ask proper questions.
I don't take orders from you.
Yes, Hugh, answer Katie. She's a very respectable journalist.
Yeah, you can go back to the kitchen.
Hey, Corey, whoever Corey is, can we get back to the important subject at hand, please?
Hey, don't touch my spoon, you crackhead.
You know what? You can't just report normally.
What am I supposed to do?
Hugh, just report the news.
What do you think I'm doing?
You suck, Hugh Weinsteinberg.
Thank you. Thank you. So, why is school a problem for you?
It's not that I don't like school. I love school. But I'm just here to represent the general outrage among the student body about a lot of these issues.
Don't tell me what I already know, you glue stick eating crackhead.
He didn't say anything, Hugh. You're doing very well.
Well, then, never mind.
What did you say about my wife?
That's very unfortunate. Well, coming up at 11, new signs point to a high level of research. Oh, wow. Did you just get that? Breaking news, everyone. Our very own veteran reporter, Hugh Weinsteinberg, who has been with us for 78 years, has now died. 12 seconds ago, to be exact. We go to the scene, live, right now.
I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden he just froze and went pale. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not dead, you loony.
Well, unfortunately, Hugh is still alive and as upbeat as ever.
Well, moving on. The search is on in Brooklyn for a talented parrot who loves to sing opera and dance. The 25-year-old green and yellow Amazon bird, named Captain, flew off the shoulder of his owner as the two biked on Friday. The owner had his wings clipped, so he says he could not have gone very far. He's worried, though, that he might fall prey to a cat. Next time, leave Captain in his cage at home so he can watch So You Think You Can Dance. No, but seriously, why were you riding your bike with a parrot on your shoulder anyway? Especially if you can't even fly. This brings us to a new segment we have called...
Really?
Syracuse University has reported that the audio tape has surfaced in the Bernie fine case was never provided to the school during its investigation 6 years ago. Really, Syracuse? Following in the footsteps of the prestigious Penn State scandal is probably not the best idea. An 8-year-old elementary school student who weighs more than 200 pounds has been taken away from his family after social workers told the county that his mother was not doing enough to control his weight. The newspaper reports that the Cleveland 8-year-old is considered severely obese and at risk for such diseases as diabetes and hypertension. Yeah, no shit. What, really, America? An 8-year-old? The only reason we're still living these days is because we're popping pills. Next year, Halloween's craze won't be Snickers or M&Ms. It will be anti-diabetes pills and anti-obesity pills.
A Utah man was arrested Saturday after police say he viewed child pornography on his laptop while flying between Salt Lake City and Boston. The person sitting next to the man was surprised when he awakened and found a wet blanket tossed on top of him, along with a mound of dirty tissues. Really disgusting perv? On an airplane? Couldn't just wait to do your risky business in an airport bathroom, or, better yet, not in public? Miley Cyrus has reportedly come clean by calling herself, quote, a stoner at her 19th birthday party. Really, Miley? Little girls look up to you, and I'm sure little boys touch themselves to you. Now, you're encouraging little boys to not only touch themselves to you, to your naked photos, but touch themselves to your naked photos stoned.
Going back to obesity in America, I recently read a title of a news article which read, Massive man sheds 367 pounds in credits to doctor's blunt words. My first instinct was, wow, that's a lot of weight. My second instinct was, wow, if he lost more weight than a normal person should weigh, how much did this massive man actually weigh? The answer is 585 pounds. My response to this is simply, really? The man's motive for shedding upwards 4 people's worth of weight was because his doctor made him write his own obituary? And no, the story was not embellished at all.
That's really incredible. With fans of Apple relishing the iPhone 4S and the excitement of the upcoming iPhone 5 next summer, many consumers think that Apple is slowing down in its production of the world-class technology. Some claim that the iPhone 5 will not have as many upgrades and features from the current model, prompting some consumers to switch sides over to Google's Android market. When Google and Android were told that consumers were considering a switchover, the company's response? Really?
Moving on. A recent science article was released indicating that there are giant mountain ranges of ice and snow buried hundreds of feet below Antarctica. Scientists indicate that this phenomenon has been baffling them for more than 50 years, not knowing where or why the occurrence has prevailed. When you finish reading the article, there's a little tiny note at the bottom of the page reading, vacations for $450 off this summer. Because I just love spending the middle of June, July, and August in the middle of a giant cold rock. General Motors stated a few weeks ago that sales of their cars will possibly rise in 2012. One of the top GM executives was quoted saying, "We continue to believe the industry will grow. It will grow slowly, along with the economy, and it will be flat to slightly up." Now, I don't know about you, but doesn't that quote seem a bit suspicious, if you know what I mean?
Police in New York City finally grew a pair when they told Occupy Wall Street residents that they will be cleaning up the streets a few weeks ago. They actually backed this up by throwing personal belongings of residents into garbage bins if they refuse to pack their stuff. Could this be a sign of the end of the Wall Street movement? Unless you're the guy, this guy, and do not want to spend 72 hours in jail, then obviously yes, your time is done.
In international news, Joseph Stalin's daughter, Lana Peters, died at the age of 85 due to colon cancer on November 22nd. Her last words, "Ah, motherland!"
A 36-year-old Target employee. Yeah, buddy. Drove her car into a 20-foot deep canal after working the night shift on Black Friday. Florida police said the woman lost control of her vehicle due to exhaustion. Well, maybe if the stores would open at a normal hour instead of in the middle of the night, we wouldn't have this kind of issue. At least nobody was trampled like last year. Oh, wait, someone just did.
I recently came across a popular new dessert. How about having Coke and potato chips in your cupcakes? Notice the plural, presuming that you will have more than one cupcake? What the article fails to mention is that this new dessert comes with diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Not all of them. And if you're still hungry or still have a pulse, you can have a healthy chocolate-covered apple with syrup drizzled on top.
And finally tonight, actor Christian Bale made it official that after production on The Dark Knight Rises, he will call it quits protecting Gotham City. Bale's reasoning for wanting to leave the City of Darkness, quote, "Why the fuck do you have to walk across the middle of the fucking set in the middle of the fucking scene? No, you shut the fuck up. Fucking bullshit." And I'm Corey Sorkin. We'll see you back here in January. Have a good night, everyone.